homesickness, but burnout.
Yeah.
Burnout.
Yeah.
Because, for example, when I'm in Rio, I get burnout almost every time I go there. Because in Rio, there's so much stimulus, and you have to be cognizant of so many things, you get mentally burnt out, you know? And then in some instances, language barrier may be a problem. Like, I may be speaking to somebody and I may not understand everything that they say, or they may not understand everything that I say. So that can cause a problem. That can cause you to get burnout. You have to slow down. I spend a lot of time in Brazil. I have a difficulty slowing down because you can't be in party and activity mode all the time. You know what I'm saying? So you have to slow down. You have to, you know, you can't be in festive and party mode all the time. It's one thing to vacation the spot, it's another thing to live there.
Yeah, I would say, like, for example, I have I've already kind of formed a little circle of friends and some stuff to do here in Sao Paulo. And man, I was supposed to do, not with you, but I was supposed to do an interview with El Guapo. 2 days in a row, I haven't been able to do it because I just been getting caught up, and I have to learn this. I had to take all my might to be like, let me find another interview right now and do this before my damn channel starts falling off. Because Brazil will have you thinking, let me switch my career so I can just stay outside and hang out all the time. But yeah, you'll get burned out from that. And about the cultural fatigue with the burnout in Rio, like you said, that's what happened to me when I was in Africa, man. Like their culture, they have I don't know, how can I say this without sounding like an asshole? They have a culture of like them trying to get over a lot in Africa, especially West Africa. Like the whole gringo menu, like that shit's on easy mode over here. Like in Africa, you will become burnt out from how often somebody's trying to get over. And
that gets tired. That gets tired.
I mean, when I was in West Africa, I was like, bro, are you fucking kidding me? Like, like there's
it's insulting.
Yeah, it's very insulting. And it's like, if you do, and this is worldwide, if you were to do business with me the right way, like I got a YouTube channel, I could be promoting your stuff, you could be getting more business. You stop all that when you do, and that's what makes it insulting. So the next part is, what are the biggest differences that you notice dating in between Brazil versus the United States?
Wow. Wow. Like I said, the biggest differences is that if a Brazilian woman likes you, you're going to know it. There's no deciphering. There's no, you know, trying to, you know, read the play. You know, it's clear as day. If a Brazilian woman likes you, you're going to know it. If she doesn't like you, you're going to know that too. So you don't have to waste time. They tend to be I find Brazilian women to be more affectionate, more easygoing, more feminine, in general than American women are. Of course, there are American women that have these qualities too, so don't nobody jump down my throat about that. But you find more of that in Brazil than you do in the United States. I would say that Brazilian women do not have the hang-ups about sex that a lot of American women have. For example, if a Brazilian woman likes you and she's feeling you, you know what I mean, and she's sexually attracted to you, more than likely you're going to, 9 times out of 10, you guys are going to, you know, complete the transaction, complete the deed, not the transaction, the deed, if you know what I mean. So,
we got to stay deed because, you know, they watching my channel while I'm out here.
Right. So, they just don't have the hang-ups. They don't have a problem showing affection. They don't have a problem showing their interest in men. A lot of Brazilian women like and have respect for men. And those are the main differences. Those are the main differences.
I would agree with everything you said. It feels just very natural, very the way how it's supposed to be when you're talking to women here.
It feels totally natural, and you can be direct with them. You can state exactly what you're thinking. Like I've told Brazilian women on many occasions, "Hey, listen, I like you. I want to see you again," and they don't get spooked. You can just say that flat out. They won't get spooked. Yeah, try saying that to a typical American woman. She'll you might not see her again.
Even if you don't see her again, she's gonna do all she can to make you look like a damn idiot for saying that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So and then over there, that them making you look like an idiot, somebody's told them that that's attractive and that should make the man, well, if he really likes you, if you make him look stupid, he should pursue you more. Yeah, fuck that. So
You said,
urban,
before you move on, let me say this. You said something a few weeks back. You said that some girls here in the States, they don't want to affirm you. They don't want to affirm men or give you compliments because they say they don't want you to get big headed.
yeah,
Which is stupid.
yeah.
You know, a Brazilian woman has no problem giving you compliments, telling you you're beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. They don't want anything that makes a man confident in the States. They shutting that shit down.
Right.
That's against the law. So we got a super chat from Urban City Hiking. He says, Dennis, would you recommend bringing a Brazilian wife to live in America?
I recommend you moving to Brazil and live with her. You could. It depends. You know what? It depends on the woman and her character. You know what I'm saying? It depends on the woman and her character. If you can vouch for, if you can properly vet her, and she seems like a woman that will not switch up on you when she gets back to the States, then it can work. But in general, no. I'd rather you find a way to live in her habitat.
Yeah. Yeah, I did a live stream recently with a guy that I met in Dallas, that he went to the DR and brought his wife back. And he was just saying, like we're just saying, like you have to be able to vet them. It's a big risk, but you
It's a
had to
big
be able
risk.
to vet them. But I guess, honestly, when we start weighing the options, if you have the option to live in Brazil or another country, your life is going to improve because you're not going to live like the average Brazilian. You're going to live at the top, you know. So I don't see why I would go back to the States and pay $20 for us to go to McDonald's when I can go pay $20 and we can go eat at, like, let's say a 3 or 4 star restaurant.
I mean, I understand that not every guy is set up to do what we do.
Yeah.
Some guys got jobs and careers back here in the States, so they can't just up and just leave, you know, just up and just leave and go live in Brazil. That's a huge risk.
Yeah.
So bringing a woman back, maybe the only viable option for them. But if you're going to do that, you make sure you vet her properly.
Got to. You got to. So my next question for you is, how do you stay connected with your roots and culture while living abroad? You kind of already answered that one. So what role does music and dance play in your experience? Samba.
Major. That's part of the whole culture. Music, dance, festivities. I mean, that's a major part of the culture. Major.
Yeah, I would agree. Like the samba, the just the drums and all the instruments that they use. You know Brazilian music, like the what is it, the pagode, the samba, bossa nova,
forró.
Yeah, all that stuff is just very Brazilian. Like it just sounds, the way how it sounds is how you feel when you're here too. And they play it all throughout the street.
Yeah.
You know, they play it all over the street. You know, they don't, I mean, some places will play American music, but they have their own culture. That's what I love about it. Yeah. So JX said, Dennis, what are your top 3 cities in Brazil?
Rio de Janeiro, Manaus, and João Pessoa.
Okay, I'm going to João Pessoa. What did you like about that one?
It's a very, very nice beach town with a decent nightlife, which surprised me. They have this huge nightclub up there called Priscilla's Hall. That shocked me. The beaches are very nice. They're really starting to develop the beachfront, the beach area, and it's a good place to take a significant other. Very good place.
Let me ask you this. How easy is it solo traveling through Brazil? Like, because I'm about to do a lot of solo traveling through Brazil. How easy is it for you to just be dropped off in another city and just build a social circle? How long does that take?
It usually takes me about 3 or 4 days to get my bearings in a new city. Like I have no problem talking to people. I have no problem talking to strangers. So, you know, if I want to meet a young lady, whatever, either I'll cold approach in the street or I'll get on Tinder and meet somebody. and they'll show me around. That's how I found out about this place, Priscilla's Hall, that huge nightclub. I met a girl on Tinder, and she took me there. Took me to a couple places. So it don't take long. It doesn't take long at all.
Okay, we got one more super chat from JX. He says, "Where would Dennis go if he couldn't stay in Brazil anymore, and why?"
Where would I go if I couldn't stay in Brazil anymore? That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I never gave that much thought. I've only been to a few countries, so I can't really compare too much. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, if I couldn't come back to Brazil, it would have been Chile, Kenya, Peru. It'd been one of those, Chile, Kenya, Peru. It'd been one of those three, but you see, I was willing to walk over the border and see what was going on. And yeah, I'm back. And I'll be back, and I'll be coming back many times.
Hold on one second, Austin. I gotta switch up my camera.
Okay.
Hold on.
So you guys, if you guys have any questions for the guests, make sure you drop a $5 super chat. You're going to be read. I am not reading the chat. So if you ask a question, you don't donate a $5 super chat, we will not be asking the guests. And yeah, you ask. But yeah.
Okay.
We can do an interview about Chile as well. I can bring somebody that's in Chile as well. So my last question for you is, what are your future plans on living in Brazil? And do you see your relationship with the country improving, evolving, getting better? Like, do you ever plan to say, I'm going to just leave and never go back to the States and live in Brazil?
Well, like I said, I'm content being in Brazil 6 months a year. Right now, I don't feel the need to be there the entire year. Right now, my goal is to get a apartment in Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro will be my base. And then when I get tired of it, I just hop on a plane and go somewhere else. I mean, part of the reason why I'm traveling, I travel to all these cities, is to discover where I can go when I get tired of Rio. Because Rio burns you out. Rio can burn you out. So if I get tired of Rio, I can hop on a plane and go to João Pessoa. I can go to Manaus. I can go to Fortaleza or wherever. So now that I've pretty much narrowed down my favorite spots, that's the game plan. Get my own place in Rio and go from there.
I would agree. I think traveling, like you said, traveling to many locations just opens your mind to having just different backup plans that you can go to when your main one is done. I doubt it, but if I ever got tired of Brazil, I would go to Chile. You know, that's another South American country that has Brazilian vibe is hard to match, man. It has it's similar, but I don't remember any Chilean music. You know, I don't remember that. But the first time I came to Brazil, everywhere I would pull out the Shazam, like, I need to know this song. I need to know that song. I need to have all this. I would go back to the States and work out to Pagoji music and all that stuff. So